Okay, so we are here with Salena Godden, an absolutely brilliant spoken word poet and performer that we saw yesterday evening at Chipping Norton Literary Festival. Had absolutely brilliant time watching you, Salena.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. Wasn't sure what to expect, and I think you blew everyone's minds.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yes. I've heard a number of people talking about last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you made a splash in Chipping Norton.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've been to Chipping Norton?
No, it's not the first time I've been here, but it's the first time I've performed here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you enjoyed the festival?
Oh no, that's not true. I did a thing in a school, Chipping Norton School, like a kind of pep talk. What do you call it when you go and stir the kids up? Motivational. I just swore at them for an hour. They seemed to like it.
I was going to say, did you have to control your language?
No, I just can't be bothered, and they really liked it.
That was our favourite, I think, from yesterday.
That is now going to enter our
vocabulary. Yes, you're a can't.
Are you being a can't?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm wearing my Don't Be a Can't badge.
Yeah.
Oh, superb.
Superb. Yes. So what was it that first got you into kind of performing poetry? What was your boot up the bum?
I don't know, really. I've always written. I've always written stories and poems. When I was at school, I figured out a way of, like, selling poems for cigarettes. So I was kind of like
impressive.
Swapping poems for, like, crap love poetry. I used to roaring trade Valentine's Day.
With the teenage boys.
Yeah. Steve, don't ever leave. Like, really awful. Rhyming stuff, and that would get me 2 B&H. So yeah.
So you've been a businesswoman for a while as well.
Yeah, from the age of 14. Yeah. But when I moved to London when I was 19, one of my first friends was the poet Jock Scott, who sadly passed away last April, a year ago. And he kind of got me into poetry and introduced me to the music of Ian Dury and the Blockheads, and very much got me into ska music and poetry. And that's sort of where I started doing my first gigs with Jock and with John Cooper Clarke.
I've seen John Cooper Clarke, he's brilliant, yeah.
Hanging out with the big boys, basically, from an early age,
And that wasn't terrifying?
No.
Right
I was like, this is great. They give you beer and you're just standing on stage and... I was like, I'll have some of that. Yeah, looked like a great job. So that's kind of where it all started, really.
You must have had some interesting reactions from audiences because you don't pull any punches. So have you had any sort of particularly unexpected or dramatic responses from audiences?
The main thing that I usually get is blokes coming up to me going, I don't like poetry, but I like yours. I don't normally come to poetry things like she made me come, and they sort of nudge their wife or their girlfriend, and they're like, I don't like poetry, but I like your stuff's not like the others. So I get that quite a lot, and I think that's a real triumph. I think that's good. Poetry for people that don't like poetry is a reaction I tend to get. I don't know, off the top of my head, I'm a little bit foggy this morning. I do apologise. I had a bit of a big night last night. I drank all the rum. There is no more rum left in Chipping Norton.
Yes, we're all a little foggy this morning.
Yeah.
Somebody else drank a lot of Prosecco last night, didn't they?
Did you enjoy the quiz, by the way?
I enjoyed the quiz. We came fourth.
Yeah, that's super
I think that's amazing.
Yeah, really good.
It's amazing. It was because I managed to guess that haiku has 17 syllables. It was all because of that.
Yeah, well, obviously. So going back to your poetry, have you ever offended any of your kind of childhood friends or family members? Because you write a lot about your
real
childhood.
Life stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever, or does anybody recognise themselves in something? Go, oh, I thought she liked me.
No. But touch wood. So far, I've got away with it. I haven't. My brother was kind of like, oh, well, as long as you say something nice about me, I don't care, sort of thing. He doesn't realise that in Springfield Road, he kind of comes out the hero, really. And I sort of, if anything, I could show him how much I love him more by writing and the way I wrote about him than I could ever to his face. So it's more the other way around, really.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So other than kind of the people that you've mentioned earlier, John Cooper Clarke, etc., who kind of has inspired you to write, and who's kind of given you the inspiration to...
I don't know, because that changes a lot. I read a lot of poetry and I read a lot of authors. I read all the time. I'm a big reader. And a lot of the time they aren't famous people, or they're things that I find in the back of sort of underground fanzines and zines stuff, and unknown. It's the rumble of the people. That's what's exciting about poetry. It's the feeling of the the people in the trenches that are truly suffering the cuts and suffering the crap that's going on.
Yeah.
So who of your contemporaries do you particularly rate at the moment? Who you think are really great?
Oh God, really? You want me to go? Oh God.
No.
Should I just get my phone out? There's so many beautiful poets. There's so many beautiful women. You've got your youngsters like Kate Tempest, and you've got your sort of rap artists like Stormzy and all that kind of stuff going on. And then your young youngsters, so many young. There's Matt Abbott, who's really amazing. He's coming from Wakefield, and he's really sort of stirring things up. And I think he's got great vision. And then there's Luke Wright, and then Luke
Wright is one of my favourites.
Yeah, and he comes from your area, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then Murray Lackland-Young, he's one of my oldest friends. He's amazing. Then there's people that just keep going, that have, like Patience Agaba, Francesca Beard, and Sabrina Mahfouz, and oh God, I could just sit here listing. I don't have real friends. I've just got people I do poetry with, really. So I've lost all my friends, really. And like, oh gosh, she's inviting me to another poetry gig. Oh God, block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is your favourite part of the process? The writing or the performing?
Oh, writing.
Really?
God, yeah. I mean, I kind of, I always say this in interviews, but yeah, it's kind of like I've got two wives. There's this kind of busty, blonde, mouthy, boozy one, and that's the one you're meeting now, and that's the one you meet on stage. But I much prefer the quiet brunette who's hanging out in her pyjamas, wearing glasses, eating cereals out of the box for dinner, doing all
Sounds familiar.
doing all the actual work, but you never actually meet her, really.
No.
Yeah, but that's where all the real work goes on. There's a hell of a lot of discipline and hard work to make this look like we're just playing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But you can tell from your words how much hard work has gone into it, the rhythm and the internal rhyme and the structures and everything. It hasn't just come straight from your head. It clearly is worked on.
Very carefully,
carefully constructed.
Brilliant. Yes. You have to be particularly brilliant to make it look that effortless as well.
Yeah. It's kind of like falling down the stairs, but you are on purpose hitting the beat of every bop, 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 but it kind of looks like comedy. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the tour, which is starting in Norwich, which is very exciting.
Yes.
Okay, my album Livewire, which I produced myself, all on my own. I'm really proud of that. It's a real one-woman thing that I wrote the poems, I recorded the poems, I produced the album, and so it's like a real one woman thing that, and I'm really proud of that. So the Livewire album was shortlisted for the Ted Hughes Prize, which is amazing.
Exciting.
And it came out on CD and it's digital and it's coming out on vinyl next week. Because when I was out and about, I do a lot of festivals. I pretty much spend from May to September weeing in hedges and sleeping by fires and stinking like a bonfire, really bad cider breath, from like May to September. But I noticed going around festivals last year a real rise in the number of DJs using bits of text, bits of spoken word. I know because I was off my head at the Green Gathering and I suddenly heard this I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but anyway, I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. And I ran into this tent to see who was performing, and it was a DJ playing something like Tory Scum over the top of beats. And I was like, oh my God, imagine if they had feminist tits and then they put beats, put their own beats underneath it. Or imagine if they can't be bothered and then they could put their own beats and just be as creative and just go to town on that. If they just had it on vinyl, then they could, and it would be like I'm doing gigs and I'm not there. Cunning.
Have you ever considered collaborating with anybody to produce?
Oh no! But I think this is much more interesting.
Okay.
Because then they've just got it in their record, in their box, and then they can put it to a slow beat, a fast beat, whatever they want. I kind of think that's much more interesting. Yeah, cool. Yeah. But no, I've worked with music a lot. I worked with Alabama 3 and Cold Cut, and I was in a band called Saltpeter for about 20 years. So. Yeah. But it's more chaotic. They've just got your words on a piece of vinyl, and then they can just put anything they want underneath it and play with it.
And then you might be off your face somewhere and hear something and go, oh, that sounds really good. I like that. Go running in there and going,
I know. Can you imagine? That probably is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'll be off my head going, oh my God, I'm like here but not here.
Yeah, I can hear my own voice.
Yeah.
So the tour starts on the 10th of May at Norwich Arts Centre.
It does.
And you've got other people performing with you.
Yeah, it's Live Wire came out. Sorry, I forgot to say this. Live Wire came out on Nymphs and Thugs. It's the Nymphs and Thugs Summer of Love Wire tour, and we're going up and down the country. And it's me and Louise and Toria and Matt, and we're all on the Nymphs and Thugs label. And it's going to be a right laugh with different special guests at each venue. From local talent and sort of supporting the locals and spreading the word. Yeah. Summer of Love. It's the 50th year of the Summer of Love. So it's like, as much as things are kind of quite tricky to say the least at the moment, then there's also got to be, if there's going to be a rise in hate and a rise in hate crime, there's got to be a rise in love.
Yes,
definitely.
And a rise in love crime.
And if we can advocate that, then that's
absolutely
all the best. Well, we are running out of time, but thank you ever so much for talking to us.
Well, thank you
even
for
though you've
me.
probably got a fuzzy head this morning, you need to go and have a bit of a nap.
Fuzzy head.
and we shall see you at Norwich Arts Centre.
Oh, that's going to be lovely.
Yeah.
Bring your friends.
We will.
And we'll drink all the rum in Norwich.
That's lovely. So thank you very much, Salena.
Thank you.
And all the best.
Thank you.